Welcome traders. Let's take a good quick look at the markets. Markets holding up really well. Now we've got US GDP on Thursday. So we're looking for 4% plus growth in US GDP. And we are potentially going to see extra stimulus come through, President Biden's new stimulus package coming through this week as well. So let's get straight into the markets. I'm kicking off with the Russell Index, which is the US small cap index. You can see we had this big push up late January, early February. We pulled back for a little bit, but we had a great close on Friday. So volumes are holding up. The indicators are looking bullish. If we can break this high this week, then we could potentially fly. However, you contrast that with the Nasdaq. Some of these big techs have seen money coming out of them, outflowing and inflowing into the smaller growth stocks, the smaller techs. Okay, so I'm not too perturbed about that Nasdaq on the basis that the rest of the market is holding up. Dow has been very sideways this last 2 weeks. It's been a very narrow range last couple of weeks. Any dip, I think, is to be bought. And again, if we can break this all-time high, then I think we can get back to 32.5 plus. Okay, the 50-day average is underneath us, so we do need a dip to potentially come down and meet that before that bullish consolidation is over, and we may be able to lift higher. DAX, again, has been consolidating, has been sideways, but we're holding this main line of support here at 13,850. I think we've got the 50-day average underneath us. Any little dip here is to be bought, and I think we should wind up and break this high this week. However, if we close underneath here, then hold on to your hats, because this is going to pull back deeper, potentially all the way back to February lows. Footsie, we had this great push up here last Monday, and then spent the rest of the week drifting lower. So this low here is crucial. If we dip and close back above that, very bullish. If we stay under there through part or all of next week, hold on to your hats, that's coming lower. But the path of least resistance, I believe, is up. We just need to see some more evidence with a higher close on that one. Gold daily chart, I think gold is reversing. We've come down to the 50% on the fibs. So we've got a little trend line low here with immediate and a close above, a new low, close above. So reversal signal here on volume. I'm looking to buy gold around about 1760 if I can. If we close under here, then forget it. This isn't going to work. But I think if we can buy a dip and subsequently close above 1800 this week, I think this could start to wind its way up on the gold. Silver is potentially one stage ahead, or more than one stage ahead on gold. 50-day average underneath us. We've been range bound, but had a good day on Friday. So I think as long as we stay above 26, I think we can push higher. So any dip in towards 26 is to be bought. And then we've had 2 touches of 30. If I just pull back on this one, you can see we're up there at August last year. So I think it's going to be 3 and through. The third touch of that 30 could see us punch through on the silver. Oil, and we are drifting lower here. So I think the big number is 55. I think we may come and see 55. At that stage, I think that is viable. I think we've had a good couple of breakouts here. We tend to go sideways. I think we're in a consolidation period here, so any dips, as with the dips we saw at the end of this consolidation are to be bought. So I'm looking for 55 in the oil to see if we can get back to potentially as high as 65. That could take some weeks and maybe a month, but I think that level is coming. On to stocks, UK stocks first. BT sitting up here just above 130. So we've had a nice little run here. We've been as high as 148. There's a gap down here about the 125 mark. If we do see 125, I think that's buyable. Otherwise, you may find you're going to have to buy higher up here. But 125, if you're not in this, would be an ideal place to get in it. If you're in it, keep your stop out of trouble, and let's see if we can get above 135 and back up to 140 plus. Into the end of the year, I would expect to see 165. I would expect to see 180, £2. But let's just take it one step at a time. But a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up and a 1, 2, 3 wave correction. So we're potentially starting another 5 and 3 wave move up here on BT. I'm on Royce, bought at 92. We've been as high, just over the pound mark. This is just a very long-term buy and hold, looking to see if we can close above the £1 here and get back up towards £2 as we progress into this year on Rolls-Royce. On other aspects of UK stocks, I think Money Supermarket has broken up. On Thursday, we were hesitant on Friday. I think a pullback, I think we could come right the way back into this big bar. So 270, 275 is a potential buy on Money Supermarket, and then to see if we can get back up to £3 plus on that one. We've been following this one in the room, IQE. We have been as above, I think we've been up to the pound mark on this IQE. We pulled right back into this huge support. It might dip a little bit further, but I think at the moment 75 is buyable on IQE, because if we can then subsequently close above 80 and above this high here, I think over a period of weeks and months we could wind up back up to the pound on that one. The other one we have been talking about is BLNK, and big push up towards 75. I think we're back down here above 45, so I'm buying into any dips here, stop underneath the 40 mark, and I'm going to see if we can return to the highs and beyond. Very nice push off here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and potentially wave 3 to take us back into there. Obviously, we've got a lot of work to do. I'm not expecting this to shoot up. This is just a buy and hold in the coming weeks and months on BLNK. Quickly on the US side, this is a good US growth stock. We've seen 45 here at the moment. We had earnings here which dropped it back into support. I think this is a buy at ideally around about the 27, 28 level. Stop underneath 25 to see if we can get back up to 45 plus. Again, this is looking to hold this in weeks and months ahead, because if we can get above 45.50 in the coming weeks, then we could push up, who knows, maybe even towards the $10 mark. Okay, that's on PLTR. Sorry, that's $100, not 10. Sorry, $100. With members, I've been talking about London Cocoa for quite a while, and I've been buying into London Cocoa ETF, Wisdom Tree ETF. We're holding this pink zone. I think we can close above this pink zone and potentially go on up to 20 plus. If I pull back from here, you can see the big potential long squeeze here. It's all a question of closing above that 1740 on the London Cocoa. All right, Wisdom Tree ETF is an option to do that. Relatively cheap way of buying and holding these commodities. I've been a commodity boom promoter all last year, most of last year, well, particularly after April, May. Talked about gas, wheat, beans, all pulling up from the lows in that period last year. I'm waiting on all those at present, waiting for those markets to drift back and look at the various next part of the cycle on those. So I'll hold off talking about those at the moment and come back to those later. All right. That's it for now. Watch out for the next newsletter, which I'll produce at the end of Tuesday. Happy trading. Stay tuned. Bye.